What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Critical Meter Podcast. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I mean,
how's your weekend?
dude, hot. These allergies ain't no joke. I don't even think it's allergies no more at this point. I think somebody's just spraying dust at everybody. Like, I mean, today we have a special guest. Somebody from the Houston area, our hometown, as a lot of our guests. Somebody that, thankfully, my man here, Eddie. Welcome back, by the way. Where the fuck you been?
I've been everywhere, dude.
Everywhere where?
I need a place to sit down and just stay.
But yeah, you guys, Eddie hasn't been on the podcast for a while. Actually, you were here 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
But for some reason, that podcast hasn't gone up yet. Kind of want to just let it settle a little bit. But with that being said, I want to welcome one of our special guests, one of the GOATs, one of the persons that's been in H-Town, that represents H-Town to its fullest. Y'all probably seen him on TV, or maybe if you haven't, your parents have for sure.
Mm-hmm.
One of the special boxers out in Houston.
Oh.
Cornelius the Beast White.
Woo! Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good. How you doing today, man?
Blessed and highly favored, man. Thank you for having me once again.
Shit. Thank you for coming, man. I know you and Eddie met at what is it, strip club? Oh no,
no. Well, if you think about it, in a way, there's a strip club like right across the street.
Is there?
Which would probably be? I don't know.
Stop trying to put him on blast.
No, I'm cool. No, I'm cool.
Nah. It was funny because it was during like work hours for me, so I had pulled over at like my favorite brewings from back in the day, since I used to go to college like down the street from there. I was like, dang, I haven't been here in years. Let me just stop by, have a couple drinks. Luckily enough, my favorite bartender was there too. And she was all cool and stuff. We just had talking. And the reason why I say my favorite brewings is because no matter what, you always get to meet like really nice people, you know? You get to build that relationship next time you see him. Yeah, exactly, for him. You know, we started talking about his backpack, because I was like, damn, that's a cool backpack.
Oh yeah, show them your backpack. What do we got right there? What's going on right there?
It's some king shit, man. I changed my name. That's royalty. That's king shit, man. And it's for my bike, you know. Instead of parents with the helmet, you know what I mean? Like, I be on some fly stuff, man. Don't get me wrong, but the Bluetooth, you know, the beats inside. I mean, it's pretty creative, but I like it.
Hey man, you know, you work hard, you play hard.
Hey, it be like that. Oh yeah. Yeah, so you're saying the...
Yeah, so we met, you know, and well, obviously I already had a couple drinks, you know, and me, so... Because that's why I like to drink, you know, it's well, besides me being, you know, alcoholic somewhat, but you know, it's always getting the chance to talk to people and get to know them, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, but...
Man, that's crazy. But we were supposed to have them, maybe 3 weeks ago, something like that?
Yeah.
A little matter happened.
And with the family, like I was telling people, but, you know, everything happened for a reason, and it was kind of good timing because... When was it? Yesterday? 2 days ago,
2 days ago, yeah.
I was getting my haircut, and he recognized me, like, Cornelius. I'm like, yeah, how you doing? Then he brought it to me. I was like, look, see, I was just about to call you to reschedule, you know? And then, look, now we're here. So I feel like everything happened in divine timing.
Thank you for coming, man. For the people that don't know who you are, for the youngsters like us, you know, we're millennials. You want to introduce yourself, let people know who you are, where you come from, what your background was, why your name was so high as it was in the day.
Right. Well, what do you want me to start from the beginning or from the boxing? Like,
listen, however you feel. This is your podcast.
Well, I'm from Sunnyside. We call it Houston, you know, Sunnyside, Texas. Built in the sky boy. Well, now a grown man. I started boxing because I was in a lot of street fights, jail fights. And my father, Cornelius, he's like, man, I got to do something to get you off these streets because you're going to end up back in jail or getting yourself killed. So he introduced me to Ray Martin and Reverend Ray down at PAB in 3rd Ward. Mm-hmm. I started going there, but I still had that mindset of in the streets. So I wanted to go to practice high, you know. And I had my very first amateur fight. And I remember like it was yesterday in Galveston. I fought this guy named Don Mouton. He dropped me 2 times in the first round. They stopped the fight.
Mm.
So... me knowing I had the ability and the talent to do it, I was just still having that mindset of being in the streets, you know. So I ended up stop boxing, continued that street life, and ended up going back to jail.
Oof.
And once I went back to jail, I was just speaking to you about that earlier. I had the defined moment. I got baptized, changed my whole mind frame, and started focusing.
Mm-hmm.
And I told God I didn't want to live like this. And my wife at the time, she told me if I go back to jail again, she's leaving me.
Yeah.
So I had those stipulations in my mind, like, no, I'm not losing some I love. So I end up getting out, getting myself in order, start back boxing, but it didn't work out. So I got me a job working for the city of Houston. Mm-hmm. I stayed at the city of Houston for 15 years. But then I went back to the streets. Mm-hmm. Just trying to get money, working at a job for me, I wasn't used to that. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
But I needed some money to pay the bills, and I wanted extra because, I wanted to give my wife and kids better things, Even though my father had money, I'm not a person that I'm going to go run to my father for everything because he has it. I want to be my own man. So I tried to go out there and be slick. Keep in mind, after promising God that I'm not finna be doing this anymore, I got the drugs, got in my car, put it in my boxing bag, and this is how it happened. Going back to the neighborhood, Lyles pulled me over. Oof. Yeah. But let me tell you how it all stopped. I got pulled over right there at Holmes Road and Scott. I remember it. I'm glad I put it in my boxing bag in my gloves. So when the lawman checked me, he didn't find it. He just gave me a warning because one of my tags was out. That was the reason for him pulling me over. That was the proper cause. So I'm in a panic, like, man, I can't go back. Like, I got a fight coming up. I got tickets, and things of this nature. And he allowed me to go. He's like, man, go get that. Go get your registration. I'm like, yes, sir, I appreciate it. I got the drug and I threw it, and I never looked back.
Ooh, that's crazy. Isn't it crazy how God works in the
Yes, I'm being honest. That's how it happened.
Where do you think you would be at if the laws would have actually went deep and searched?
Oh, man, honestly, I would probably be back in jail for a long amount of time because not Terry Polk or Jug McSpandy. I remember his name. He said money because my daddy was able to spend all this money on these lawyers to get me out. I had 3 lawyers. He was telling me, money can't save you next time. You come back, I'm giving you 10 to 20. I'm like, that's how I feel.
How old were you around that time?
I was around about 18, 19. You were young. Yes, I was very young. I ain't turned pro until my 20s. Yeah.
Before you started all the boxing stuff, you used to love basketball.
Oh, what? Yes. Man, I dunk on it. Man, I was very good at it. But that's the thing. I had that street mentality, and not to judge anyone I was around, I wasn't being the leader that I know I am now. I was being more of an in-crowd guy and following what was going on instead of using the mind I have now to be that leader and make the correct decision, Yeah. So it taught me a lot. Mind frame is everything. I changed that.
You have the hype for it, man. You have the hype for that basketball.
I still can play though. Don't let my size fool you.
Oh!
Man, I be dunking on my son.
Your son's, you have a
my son. He tall, yes. One of them, he's a little bit up, I think he's 5'11".
Shit. Damn, bro, we're short.
I know. I
think it's just our Mexican bloodline, man. We're just naturally short. Man, I was looking at that. What were you saying?
I was going to say my best excuse to not play basketball is that I'm terrible with my hands, all right? I'm better with my feet.
Shit, I'm not either, bro. Every time I play soccer, I was using the ball. Your first fight was Don Wutan, as you said.
Yes, and I lost. He dropped me 3 times. But see how things work. I went to jail again after that fight because I was in that mind frame. I got out, went to George Foreman's jail. Guess who I saw? Tom Muta.
Did he recognize you?
Oh, he knew exactly who I was. And me, now with the mind frame that I was gaining and knowing, he thought I hated him because every time we fought, I tried to kill him. This true story.
So once you got out of jail, the first time you started boxing again, your first fight, Don Wutan, you said you quit, you went to jail.
No, I went back to jail again. Yeah, I got in trouble because I started back doing the same thing.
Same thing.
Cause let me back it up a little bit. After that fight, I had to graduate, right? So I went to jail and I didn't even make my graduation ceremony.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, some stupid stuff. I was having a shootout in the neighborhood. 1 week, the next week, no, I take that back. I'm talking too fast. I went to jail for Astroworld. Had a bunch of money, selling wet at Astroworld, jumping the gate when I had money to get in.
Yeah.
Once again, like I said, wasn't being a leader that I know one, just in the crowd making bad decisions.
It's his mentality and the habit of doing it.
So I went to jail. My dad, I ain't getting you out, that's you. So they let me out because it was what do you call it, PI bond?
Not sure, I've never gone to jail.
Yeah, it's PI bond. They let me out. They let me out where he had to bund me out. Then I went back to jail the next week for getting into a shootout with some boys in a neighborhood and went back to jail. And I went to jail 3 times in 3 different weeks.
Damn.
And I think that it was a sign from God because I could have been dead too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have been dead and could have got some of my family members, like my father, them, because some guys in the neighborhood where I was from, like, we got into it behind my little brother, my wife's brother. Well, he's still my brother. And he was getting into it when they were playing that Sunnyside stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, the little guys know. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to let y'all fight him, man. Like, no, y'all can fight him one-on-one. He say he want to fight. So the little guy go tell somebody, oh, I got somebody for you, man. I said, you guys got me fucked up. You going to get somebody hurt to kill fuck with me. And I said it just like that. I go in the house, the bathroom, I look out my window, in the apartment is a bunch of niggas and women outside. And I'm like, oh, shit. So my wife go open the door. Where that nigga at? I'm like, she like, he ain't here. So I call my people. Mm-hmm. They come by the time it get dark. They come. And we go to the Western Square and had a shootout. Fighting. Almost killed the dude. Almost got shot. Yep. Then went to jail. So it was a lot of traumatic moments in my life where I couldn't have been dead or still locked up. But like I said, I give all praise and glory to God because he renewed my mind frame. He set me down because he know I was on all kind of different drugs, doing a lot of different things. And to become the man that I am now, it's remarkable for me because I'm thankful. Like, I'm able to live a peaceful, comfortable life where I ain't got all the negativity in my life.
I love that, man. It's crazy how like life just throws shit at you to try to get you on the right path. And sometimes us youngsters, we ignore it. We're like, nah, I mean, I'll get that shit right later. What if there is no later?
And that's the key point. You're right. That's the key point.
Like, yeah, I mean, I think about it too. Like, I'm a DACA recipient myself, so I think about it. Like, I get invited everywhere. Let's go drink. No, like, he knows this about me. Like, if I drink, I'm at home. If I'm out, I'm with somebody. Why am I going to risk my only permission that I have to be here and to be with my wife and my daughter and then go and fuck it up and lose everything? I could be sent to Mexico. I've never been to Mexico. Like, it makes no sense. Like, why am I going to throw everything away? You know what I mean?
No offense, bro, but I know you and you would not survive that.
I don't think I would. No, I don't think I would. So,
I like that, though.
Yeah, man, it's just...
But it shows your maturity, though, to me. Like, I'm a young, older man listening. I can tell the maturity in y'all voice. You know what I mean? That's why I was able to talk to him. Otherwise, I was like, fuck with that. but he was cool, laid back, and we just linked up.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of, like... I'd say it's a lot of people, man. I've met some people that just don't learn their lesson and they end up killed. And most of the time, it's not even the people that are drunk that get killed. It's the innocent people.
Yeah.
And you're going to throw it away for what? Like, yeah, go have fun, but be sure you know what the hell you're doing because a lot of people just, they don't care. And what's not to care? If you care about your life, why not care about somebody else's life? It's like living your own.
That's true.
And I mean...
I want to say, like, for us, you know, we have the biggest blessing of like having our own families. So I guess that's another motivation that we try to remind ourselves and stay out of trouble and all that, you know, because when you're young, you know, you don't really have much besides just living out your life ahead of you. And there's people that just don't think about that.
You graduated from Worthing.
Yes. No, I got kicked out of Worthing. I had a big fight. I had a fight with like 3 different people. Well, the argument started, man, my girlfriend at the time with my future wife, I was going to practice, but I was toasted. Me and the quarterback, we was always going to get, I'm serious. I was the young dude up there fighting everybody, and everybody knew me from Sunnyside for fighting. It wasn't like I wanted to, but it was like I was a little dude trying to prove myself, because I wasn't this thick, I was skinny but long. Yeah. And I fight the biggest of the biggest, I'm being honest. But we was at Worthing, going right there where the mechanic shop at, I was going to practice. So I was giving her some money, and the dude pull up in the car. He talking shit like, bro, what the fuck, what you looking at? And I'm talking to him, and some other guy walk up. Maybe they knew each other, I don't know. He talking stuff. So he swung at me. I caught him, dropped him on the gate, hit the other guy, start fighting him. My girlfriend go run and tell my whole hood. They come running down, but then I'm fighting him. One of them caught me. I just start beating up him. Then a police come out. I didn't even know he was a police because he didn't have regular police clothes on. He didn't identify, so I'm fighting him. And keep in mind, I'm already high as heck at this time. I'm being honest. So when my boys come, my brother jump out his car. He fighting one guy. Then my brother. It was just like a Sunnyside 4000 thing. It was just, and I ran and ran before I know it. I was like, what's going on? I sobered up like. So I go back. The police catch me, and I'm like, what's going on? And I end up getting kicked out of Worthing.
Dang.
No, I'm saying, well, they say expelled. So I couldn't go to no other school in that area. Tried to go to Sterling, they wouldn't accept me. They say too violent, is always in trouble. And my school record, I just got in trouble. Yeah. I still talk to some of my teachers now, and they just is stunned how my life has changed from where I was to where I'm at. So that's why you never judge a book by a cover. And then once a person finds go out within themselves, he healed me, meaning I healed from all the pain that I was in, you know. So I went through a lot of heartache and pains, not from like my family, nothing for like losing my mama, finding her dead, or me just out here doing something I didn't have to do. I did it because I choose to, not that I had to, you know. So yeah, I can go on and on about that.
Damn. Yeah. I say this a lot. Life is just a resume. Man, people are just judging by your resume, but they don't judge by what's coming towards you.
Or what you can do.
What you can do.
Like the capability of someone's mind, or sure. I guess like the spirit within them. You know how they, because you can be more motivated to do more stuff, and sometimes people might misjudge you for that.
So when we were talking about the Worthing thing, the only reason I asked your first fights and stuff, you had management issues. I know that I found that out. You know that you had management issues. Was that your first boxing career? Was that your first one that you ever had issues with? Or did you have issues with, like, after a second one that you're like, hey, I can't get any fights? Or what was going on with that management issues?
Oh, well, at the end of the day, no. I still give, I would never talk down on, but me and my manager, Mr. Thomas, we came into agreement because I trusted him. He was a spiritual man, and he had a few connects, but we went into the business without the knowledge.
Okay.
And like I say, it's not on him, it's on myself as well, because now anything I do, I got to have the knowledge before I make a decision. I don't just jump into anything anymore. So much respect to him and blessing to him and his family, because we made a lot of sacrifices to get to that point, you know. Yeah. And he did introduce me to another gym once I left main boxing gym. Because my first loss was to Don the Bomb George professionally. I think I was like, it was on the show box. And I had a lot of things going on in my camp, meaning my father, my coach. It was just like everybody wanted to do things the way they wanted to do. And at that time, I was just like, man, just let me fight. I went into the bomb fight, could have beat George easily, but I wasn't focused. And that's when I learned what Floyd said. You got to be mentally prepared. And I wasn't for that fight. I got caught with a good punch, and it dropped me. I hurt my ankle. Nobody knew that. I'm getting up thinking I'm hurt, but my ankle's hurt. I didn't know until the fight was over. And we did everything to get that fight, ran back, but George would not give us the money. They offered him a bunch of money. Dan Guzman, that's why I was under the Dan Guzman promotion. They offered him a lot of money, and he wouldn't fight me no more.
But I mean, you did love the sport of fighting. That's
man, that's my life. I do that. I fight in every aspect of my life, even in the ring, out of the ring. You know, I fight to live the way I live. I fight to provide for my family. I fight to be free. I just fight for my whole life.
One way you can think about it, you never do anything that you're good at for free.
Oh yeah.
It makes sense. That's a great point.
Yeah, you were a good fighter. You know, growing up from the very get-go.
But I was doing it for free.
Well, and like the stats that I found from you, I don't know if they're still current or if there's maybe some that I missed or something. 16 KOs and 8 first round knockouts. Is that what it finished at? Like your
no, that's my old record. You go to BoxRec. Yeah, if you want to find anybody recs, go to BOX BOXREC, BoxRec. It'll pull up anybody whole life record. You can go all the way back to Jack Johnson.
Oh damn!
That's the main thing for boxing. BoxRec. You see it now?
BoxRec. Say it again.
BOXREC. BoxRec.
Got it.
And you go pop up all the fighters right now to show all the top 10 fights in the world. No, I think I finished my box. Let me see.
It's your international IBF belt holder.
And IBF Continental. I know I was international champion. That was the biggest belt.
Yeah,
that's the belt before. That's the belt before world title.
And then you fought at 175.
It was 170. My first belt came at. That was 175 because I fought. I was supposed to lose to this guy. And the Russian. It was on pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, I did see that HBO, right?
Yeah.
No, it was on
Showtime, right?
No, it wasn't even Showtime. It was called what that for? Well, it wasn't Showtime. It wasn't HBO. It was another one. It was
It wasn't the Zone because at the time
it wasn't the Zone at the time either. I can't even remember. But you can pull it up. But I was fighting the Russian, not Sergey. That's the Russian that hurt me. But I was fighting Dmitry Shakovsky. Dmitry Shakovsky. And we fought
on was it July 14, 2012.
But what did it say what network? Mm-hmm. And that was a big fight
pretty sure you could find it somewhere.
Yeah, no, the fight's on there. They got the whole fight, but you got to go.
Nah, it doesn't say the network, but it says you were at 174.
Yeah, so that's 175 light heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
And they had me. We had a lot of celebrities up there. I was up there with Larry Holmes. Ray J was in the crowd. Well, Ray J was an announcer. I had Winky right there on the stage. Jay Prince. It was just a great event that night. My uncle them. It was just a great event.
2007.
Just a quick question. What's like the biggest celebrity? Because everybody's kind of like a fan of somebody at some point, even if you are a celebrity. Right. So who did you find like really exciting to actually get to meet and know?
Well, Floyd, my dad called me. I was upset. Me and my wife had got into an argument at the time, so I left my home and went to my grandmother's house.
Yeah.
And my daddy just called me. He just called me, baby, what you doing? I'm like, man, I'm at my grandma's house, Dad. What's up? I was mad. He like, your uncle wants you to say call. I said, I don't feel like talking to nobody, Dad. He said, call your uncle, baby. I said, all right, Dad. So I called my uncle. My uncle said, hey, what's up, nephew? I'm like, what's up, uncle? Just chilling. He said, somebody want to talk to you. I'm like, who, uncle? What's wrong? Hey, how you doing? I'm like, what's up? Who this? He's like, yeah, I hear a lot of great things about you, man. I want to talk to you. I'm like, who is this? This Flo. I said, oh. So when Floyd got on the phone, I'm like, what? My spirit just lifted. I'm like, what's up? And there was the time when he was going through that stuff with the woman when they say when he did the time. Mm-hmm. So me and my dad was supposed to be going to Vegas to meet them. I had the opportunity to be under Floyd them team. Like seriously, I talked with him. He was signing autographs. I got a signed autograph glove for him at home. And and I like, man, it just lifted my spirits and it motivated me, but it never transpired because the stuff he had to go to do the jail timing. But my uncle, and I give credit to Antonio Leonard. That's like Jay Prince. I can't say matchmaker. My uncle, what he do? He like promotes. He promotes for him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but they got a good program thing because right now they got a lot of great fighters. Shakur Stevenson with them. Yeah. So my uncle them, it was just them. I was just in the mix, man. My uncle looked out for me, and that's how I talked to Floyd. But I got a chance to meet a lot of great fighters from Floyd. I kicked it with Tommy Hearns in Detroit. I was out to eat. I was at a Cholo fight at the arena, and I ran into because my trainer was Frank Tate. Yeah.
I was just about to ask you about who is Frank Tate.
Frank Tate. Yeah, that was my trainer. He was cool. Him and his brother, they both fighters. Thomas Tate, and we got a chance to kick it at the fight with the Cholos, and I ran into Emmanuel Stewart. Mm-hmm. So when I went into Emmanuel Stewart, I was happy to see him because, me, a little kid growing up seeing this, I'm in the mix of all this right here with these guys. So to them, they're like, what's wrong with me? I'm grateful and happy. And so I talked to Emmanuel that day, took a picture with him. Not even 3 weeks later, he was flying me out to go spar with Adonis Stevenson.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was with Adonis Stevenson camp. I forgot which fight he was getting ready for, but I got to work with him a lot. Nice. Adonis Stevenson, I got to work with Arthur Bevo. He's champion right now. Yeah. I went to where we was in what part of Canada is that? Montreal. Mm-hmm. I was working with him. That's strong, man. This all stats. Like I got pictures, video of all this stuff, man. Nice. Arthur Bevo, all these champions I got the chance to work with, man.
Who do you see now in the ring? In your experience, you still watch boxing?
Oh, come on, man! Of
course. I mean,
that's my life.
I met some people that like they don't even follow the sport. They're like me.
You're right.
They ain't real boxers, because I love it.
When I played soccer before I got recruited or whatever, like, before I fucking got dropped and shit, never in my life had I watched soccer. I could watch it in person,
right?
But I couldn't get into this like actual sport of watching it like in TV and stuff. Right. I don't know why, but I'm a big fanatic of soccer. It's just. You can ask me any player. I just know the most famous ones.
Right.
That's all I was asking.
No, I get you with that because for me growing up, I was never into football. But when I was in
Hold on,
college,
stop. Which football? Soccer or football?
No,
football.
Okay, good. You know y'all say, but I'm just making sure, bro. Okay, I'm sorry, bro.
Nah,
Okay.
you're good. Yeah. So like, I never got into like American football.
Right.
And so like, it wasn't until I was in college and I was doing sports medicine, and so from there, my first I guess like assignment was taking care of the football team.
Right.
And I was like, all right, cool, practice win, good. First game though, first hit right in front of my face. I was like, oh shit, this is badass. What the fuck? I've been missing this all my whole life. Damn.
Hey, he look like he be one of them crazy who try to hit the little bitty, try to go to the big guy.
I look like ever since then, I told my mom like, damn, I think you fucked up. You should have put me in some at a normal school. I could have played football or something. I could have been fit as fuck. I'll be that one tiny dude. I'll be a DB or something at least.
Bro, yeah, because you look crazy.
Fuck that dude. He got knocked out by a kick in the head.
No.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, this was this was like 8th grade middle school, and the main position I played was defense. And there's one where the ball is up in the air and I was gonna hit it. I just see the ball like about, I don't know, maybe like 10 yards right in front of my face. Next thing I know, I wake up on the ground. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What the happened?
Like, what happened? I look around and everybody's around me. I have my teammates, the opposing teams, they're all looking at me. And the ref, they're like, you good? I'm like, what do you mean? And so next thing I know, they pull me up and I get pulled to the sideline and my coach is like, hey, you good? I'm like, yeah, but what happened? It's like, dude, you knocked out. Like, the guy kicked you in the face and you just fell straight down. I was like, what? I don't even know what happened.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. Football might not. He's good sports medicine, maybe.
Oh, but shit, but that's a great, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, I got dropped a bunch of times, but look, I always got up.
Yeah.
I don't care. I never stayed on that. Fuck the nigga. Let's go. But see, they got to understand. I only had like 17 amateur fights.
Oh yeah.
I had the street fight, jail fight,
Yeah.
but I was fighting some talented guys that was way ranked above me. I got to spar with a lot of great champions and a lot of great fighters. Like my bro, one of my bros, Marcus Johnson, Olympian. I got to work with him, bro. He whooped my ass a few times, but I started getting, the ass whooping made me better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Always.
At J Prince Gym over there. So people laughed at me, but they like, this nigga, I'm relentless. I never quit. They like, this nigga, yeah, you tired. I'm coming. You had to tell it. But I had the will and the endurance. You know what I'm saying? So I got to spar with a lot of great. Ask Laura Lundy. He like, man, I ain't sparring his ass no more. He too damn strong. And Laura was smooth in southpaw. Everyone Rodriguez, me and Rodriguez tried to kill each other. Like, everyone was a big. He just had some fast hands. La Bamba, he had some fast hands, man. Like, but I stayed on that ass, no homo. but that's my brother, so I get. But I learned a lot from these guys. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from these because I only had the 17 amateur fights and street fights.
Yeah.
I'm in there fighting Olympic. When I beat Yordonis de Spain, that's a fucking bronze medalist. And they called me last moment. And I went to Atlantic City. Everybody, you can't beat him. Okay, yeah. I got in there and beat the shit out of him. We both had white on. Go watch that fight. We both had white on, right? At the end of the fight, it was both red. Go Google it. And he was Olympic.
Some pictures
He had just beat Edison Miranda.
Oh yeah.
I told them I'll take the fight. You know what they said? We don't want that fight. It's too dangerous, no reward. I'm like, but shit, you wanted to fight him again? I just beat him. Give me the shot.
Yeah.
So when I fought Sergey, I shouldn't have fought Sergey. I didn't want Sergey. It's not that I couldn't fight him. Sergey was strong and technical, but my mind wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
I trained, but it was like more like
it just didn't feel right.
It kept telling me no, but I let my people and promoters pump me into it.
Yeah.
I was number 1 to fight Nate Cleverly in the UK. I could have went over there and fought for the world title. They're like, no, if you beat Sergey, you can go fight Bernard Hopkins. I'm like, hell yeah, that's my idol. I want to. But he beat me when he beat Nate Cleverly, became the WBO world champion, and then he fought Bernard Hopkins, beat Bernard Hopkins. You get it?
Yeah.
That's how politics works.
Yep.
So somebody got paid, I didn't. But that's me from not having the wisdom and knowledge. Mm-hmm. So now anything I go into, I'm finna educate myself for it. No, I take my time. Fuck what anybody says. I'm not rushing.
Yeah.
No, it's on my time and not yours. Or if I want to go do anything, you feel me?
I guess the way how you're saying it kind of explains on the reason why, like, a lot of big boxers right now, like, like Canelo, everyone's trying to like, well, I'll fight him. Okay,
Payday.
As he said.
it's like, hey, I'll fight him, but for him, it's like, nah.
He's smart. No,
He's smart, man.
You think he finna fight David Benavidez, that young dude? He beat a lot of people, but he ain't got the caliber fight. But he want to payday, and then you beat me, and then no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give you that easy, and I understand it. See, from a boxer, former champion perspective, you got to fight some more. No, I want the build-up to be big where we both can generate money. Say, for instance, he do beat Canelo, right?
Yeah.
His stocks go way up there. He's the top of the chart.
Mm-hmm.
Why he haven't fought the Cholo? They've been deserving. Why he haven't fought Andrea?
Yeah.
He been deserving. You get what I'm saying? It's politics.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But David Benavidez is a great fighter. I like his rugged style. He's technical and he let his hands go. But it's a path you got to take to get to that top.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that the Ryan Garcia? Did you watch that fight, Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, of course I watched that fight.
I was just saying, you never know.
I watch
But
it
I don't think Ryan Garcia is a great fighter. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he was ready for Tank Davis.
That's it. You just said it.
Yeah.
It's not that he's not a great fighter. Ryan's a very great fighter, but Tank, it's like
He's a defensive fighter. He's a time-worthy fighter. He has his patience.
that's not.
Ryan
even,
Garcia is
that's
just
not even, no. My opinion. No, I'm not trying to cut you off.
Yeah,
No.
go ahead.
I'm gonna give you from my perspective. Tank, rugged. Floyd grew up with one room, like 6 siblings in that one room.
Yeah.
It's a different hunger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tank, Baltimore, poverty. I got to eat or how I'm homeless. Mama left them, they homeless, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ryan, I'm not gonna say he grew up in those circumstances, but a little bit more privileged, had more.
Yeah.
Where the hunger at?
Well, yeah.
You're right.
It's two different hungers. It's nothing against him or him. He could be Tank, but the mind frame for that moment wasn't prepared. Mm-hmm. And Tank literally told you he ain't ready. He's telling y'all what Floyd tell y'all about Pacquiao. Everybody like, man, Pacquiao. He said he can't beat me. See, they wanted Floyd and Pacquiao to fight.
Yeah.
Pacquiao wanted to fight. Floyd did the smart thing, box, hit, and not get hit. So you get the analogy that I'm going? Mm-hmm. Ron's a great fighter. He gonna come back and be champion. Don't get me wrong. But Tank and him right now, it's like...
It's two different levels.
It's not so much the level, the mind frame.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Tank, like, no, bro, you trying to steal from me. I don't want to go back to poverty and being no. Mm-hmm. So I'm finna win. And I got a chance to, well, not meet Tank. I was in Vegas and... We were supposed to meet him, but his coach let us go in because me and my wife, I took my wife to Vegas for her birthday. I always take her to some place for her birthday. We went to and I took a picture in front of his Lambo. and the crazy thing about it, I could have went in there. I just didn't use who I was to get in there. I could have called my uncle to give a Floyd to let me in, but I respected his coach wish at the time. He was like, nah, he's trained to get prepared for it. I think it was, what fight was that? I think he...
Was it his last one?
No.
What time was this? Like, what year?
Probably like about 2 to 3 years ago. Because this when he fought, he uppercutted that guy, Mikey Garcia fight.
Oh, Mikey Garcia.
There was that fight. And I was right there, but I like, my wife loves, she's a fucking Gervonta Davis fan.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like taking over, like boxing, just everybody wanting to get paid? Like they just don't care about their stats and stuff? Or they just... What do you think? Like,
how do you see your point of view right now? Like, how I guess the boxing world's going towards? Like, is it more payday or is it more like, that fighter instincts? Within.
Or they just want to take off the best without knowing if they're prepared or not. Or what do you think?
I think it's more of like the politics, but like what I think Errol Spence doing, I got a lot of respect for him. Like him and the Cholos, or Errol Spence, he doing something like he just hired the first money management team to watch over his contracts, like watching over to protect the fighters. That's a good thing, because the fighters don't actually know what's going on behind it. Like you can have a manager and you have the promoters, but you don't actually know. These people are going to be like in there for you to pay attention to make sure that you get, because at the end of the day, once the fighters go, if I wasn't blessed to be in the situation I was in and wasn't smart with some of the things I was in, I'll be messed up with the eye injury. I couldn't fight, can make the money, provide for my family, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fighters I know that's right now going through hard times. So I feel like I'm one of the thankful ones for the level that I was able to achieve and the things that I was able to accomplish, but still be able to live a normal life and be thankful. You get what I'm saying? So back to your question, what you were saying with the boxers, I think it's always going to be about the money. That's first and foremost. But secondly, it's about legacy now. Legacy.
Yeah.
The money's first, but it's having the right people. And I got to go back to Floyd. And when you talk about boxing, the highest paid athlete for multiple years, every sport, he outsurpassed Tiger Woods, golf. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So boxing has the financial money there, but you just got the right people in your corner that's backing you and not trying to get what they can get. But
yeah,
and Floyd makes sure everybody eat. I know that from verbatim, you know, because I pay a lot of attention. I'm not no hater. I admire some of the things he do. I love it. Like that fly shit, that's me. But I ain't probably that braggadocious. But like, nigga, I want to go to Dubai. I'm finna go to Dubai. I don't want to go shit. I'm finna go to Dubai.
There you go.
You get what I'm saying? So I respect what he's doing because people say, "Oh, he's boasting back." How? This man was living in a 1-bedroom, barely eating with his mom and dad. His dad, you know, in jail. His mom trying to provide for all his brothers and siblings. He's living in 1 bedroom. Now he ragged rich. Y'all mad? Who was helping him when he was living like that? What he don't do for charity? You don't know what this man do behind the scenes? Mm-hmm. People only go off for what they say on media. I don't know what you're doing when we out this mic and you go. You get what I'm saying? So I know these things because I'm always doing these things. You get what I'm saying? Not probably to that level as he's doing it, but the magnitude he's doing it, well, he probably don't want to tell nobody. That's between him and the creator. He always speak of God, so I know he has God in him. Because he always said, man, God knows. But how can he keep winning for this many years if he ain't got something right within him? Think about that.
Yeah. You're right.
The devil only let you in for so long because he wants your ass in turmoil. He don't want you in a bliss and abundance. Come on. The enemy wants your ass destroyed, capitated down. You know what I'm saying? But this man been at the level for many fucking years.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't lost since they cheated his ass at the gold in the Olympics, remember?
Yeah.
Years ago.
But that anger, that probably things he went through, he changed it to abundance. And he tell about manifest. He said, man, I've been fly like this since I was a little kid. And he got pictures showing like, look, he probably wasn't the name brand, but look, I thought it was fly. He attracted everything he got.
Yep.
So it's just the mind frame that we have to have as individuals to not be so consumed on what you're doing, focus on what I have going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you use that mind frame to focus on others, you're taking away from what you could be doing. If I'm over here hating on you, oh, he think he this. I'm wasting memory space when I can be focused on myself and correcting something that I'm doing wrong to make me better.
For sure.
That's just my opinion, man.
No, I mean, it makes sense. And you brought up the injury that you had. How did that happen? When did it happen?
I think it was an accumulation of me sparring with the heavyweighters and sparring, and then it really ruptured when I fought Sergey Kozman's. That strong ass Russian. Oh man, I wanted to beat his ass, but no, I lost to that guy. It was a better fighter, but I had to detach Regner, and I had 4 surgeries, like literally. And the doctor told me, like, if you go on, you can go blind in it. So I prefer to keep the vision that I have in it and to lose it. But the pressure's kind of low and you see it, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I can see my baby girl. She's beautiful. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
And what I accomplished with only 17 amateur fights, starting boxing late, I'm grateful. You know what I mean? I did something that a lot of people that have been boxing their whole life haven't done. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for that, you know. And everywhere I go, I'm internationally known. I'm known in the UK, Russia, Europe, France, America. So I have a lot of people that know. So that's a blessing because I didn't wake up saying I'm going to be a boxer. My daddy put me in boxing because it kept me out of the streets and kept me out of jail. And my wife threatened me with leaving me when I was in jail, made me get my head right. And I started building to the point that I am now. So that's pretty much how I was playing. But I'm grateful, like I say, glory be to God, not myself. I don't take credit for anything because I could have still been out there corrupted, in jail, probably dead by now, or locked up again for doing the same stupidity. I know. I told myself a long time ago, I would never, ever make the same mistake over and over again. If I make a mistake, it's going to be a new mistake. But if I did something, if I dropped this cup now, I won't drop it no more. I'm going to put that right there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So if I make a mistake, it'll be a new mistake, and I learn from that one. But glory be to God, because now he taught me I can have an abundance life. I don't have to work hard. I don't even say work hard no more. I say I work intelligently. You know how people are like, man, I be working hard. Shit, I ain't saying that shit. I work intelligently.
Yep.
Why would I want to work hard? No, so I work intelligently. So, you know what I'm saying? Why would I be working myself down, then go home? I can't do that with my wife and kids. Like, tired. Man, no, I work smart.
Yeah, I use a reference a lot. I look up to this YouTuber, and he says that a lot. I brought it up, I think that was the first time, right?
Yeah, it was the first
time.
time.
He always said that he wanted, every time he see a rich person, he'd ask him, how did you do? He's like, I worked hard. He's like, well, what does that mean? He's like, well, you just work hard. He's like, I don't get it. He's like, I've been working hard my whole life and I don't get nothing.
And a lot of people.
Yeah. And he's like, well, what do you have to do? And he's like, he ran into somebody. He's like, you're doing it all wrong. You're working hard, but you're working hard at things that you hate. Start working hard at things you love to do, and you'll never work a day in your life.
That's facts.
So I just look at it. Everybody who's listening, man, just do what you love. Do what you love, that's and it. I promise you just, even if it's making you a little bit of money, you'll never know. Once you start making that money and you feel happy about it,
start coming in.
I got one for you. So imagine me boxing, making all that money, right?
Yeah.
Just splurging, thinking I'm living, but nothing to show for it. Now imagine me not boxing, but I'm working intelligently, and I'm living like I'm boxing. Nothing illegal, all legitimate. How the hell? What the fuck going on?
Yeah.
No, think about it. When I was boxing, I ain't doing all the shit I'm doing now, but I was making way more money. But now I got a better relationship with God. I'm working intelligently, managing my money right, making proper investments. I'm living better than when I was boxing.
That's crazy.
That's what I said, but it's not. I tapped into something, gave him the attention he needed, and he's guiding me. The God within myself. And these are facts. Everything I told my wife when I got with her, since I met with her after my first wife died, we're going to have it. And it came into existence. I don't play with people. I don't lie to people. I'm honest. I work intelligently, and I mind my business. I mind the business that pays me. I ain't out here gossiping and worrying about what you're doing, where you at, what you got, who you sleeping with. That's not my business. Why waste free mental space on that shit when I can use that mental space to use some productive to benefit me down the path to today, tomorrow, next week? That's what I'm doing. I'm creating. I'm co-creating my own reality.
Man, sadly we have to end the podcast kind of soon, fine. But hey, if you...
If you definitely want to come over back next
time.
Whenever
you want. This is your home.
Hey, he lives close by, so.
But just any advice, man, to not just any boxer, anybody that wants to do with their life, or anybody in general, kids that are growing up. What is the best advice you've heard, or best advice you would recommend somebody to take that you could give out to the world or to anybody who's listening?
Honestly, man, first, seek the Christ within yourself. Stop serving these external gods. These people have lied to us. I'm being honest. I have seek and found the right answers. God is within all of us. We're just living our reality, experiencing it, co-creating. That's it. He's within all of us. It's in the Bible. He said, if I am in you, you can do all. If I am not, you can do nothing. He said, seek, you shall find. I found him within myself. Meaning, love. God is all love, right? I love everybody. Say, do unto others as you want done to yourself. I'm going to treat you like I would treat myself. You know what I mean? No racist, it's all love and peace. And then on top of that, just educate yourself. Don't listen to me. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
But you got all kinds of tools to educate yourself. Go study. Learn. Put things in your mind. Learn new things. Don't get stuck up with what people say you should be doing. Find your own path. You can hear people, right?
Yeah.
But if it resonate, cool, keep it. But if not, let it go. I learned something from y'all today. You know what I did? I took that and put it with me now. The more tools you have in your toolbox, the better what?
Yeah, your
successful you can be, right? So continue to put tools in your toolbox that benefits you and your family. I bring value into people's life, not devalue, if that makes sense. So,
yeah. No, man, it definitely makes sense.
But God bless. Thank you for having me, man. But most important, man, glory be to God, man. Like I said, things happen at timing. Oh, yeah. You probably would have got me that time I was supposed to come. Hell no, I'm tired, man. You know what I'm saying? But look, everything happens in timing. So I hope somebody can hear this and resonate and it can build their life, you know? Glory don't go to me or you. It go to the Creator, the Most High, because we're here to create and build up each other. This is a kingdom work, this kingdom. So That's why I say king shit, nigga. That's my name. King shit.
Hey.
King Cornelius,
I
baby.
already know.
King shit. King shit.
Cornelius. Shit.
Gotta
And just to
keep
piggyback on what he said earlier is take advice from somebody who is in the level that you wish to be, not in somebody's level that maybe is just trying to guide you in a bad path. And what I'm trying to say about that, if you see a person that is struggling financially, their life is all fucked up, they're getting fucked up every day, and you're taking advice from them, you're looking at the wrong spot. Take advice from somebody like Cornelius who has gone through it, has experienced, and finally is where he wants to be. These are the people you want to take advice from. Don't just push yourself to hear anything. I mean, like he said, you can listen to everybody, but the best thing you could do is live your own life and follow the path that you think is correct for you.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
That's deep.
Well, I really appreciate you coming in.
Appreciate everything.
You want something to add before we head out?
You better say no. I need to say
I need to say it.
Yes, say it. Speak it.
Yeah,
We like got a lot.
I promise you, dude. It's really like a weird freaking coincidence. Like Houston's so freaking big. Yet when I first met him, it was over there like on the southwest area, over there by 59 and like 500. And then next thing you know, I get to see him close to where he lives while I'm working over here by 90 and Highway 6. So it's like, what are the chances?
What are the odds? That's crazy.
It's perfect divine timing. It shows you it was meant for it to happen.
Yes,
but
sir.
Listen, y'all have a great thing going. I'm very grateful. Like seriously, y'all think the gratitude is for y'all? No, it's for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving back. You get what I'm saying? I'm able to speak my truth to y'all audience, and maybe a lot of them can learn from it, build from it, and resonate and better themselves to help others. That's what it's about. Planting positive seeds.
That's all it is about life, man. If you're positive with everybody else, you be positive and within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Life is about positivity. And if you think life is affected by, if you just keep thinking yourself that bad things are happening to you, bad things are just going to keep happening to you. Because, yeah. And not just that, you're noticing the bad things, but you don't notice the good things. So if you want good things to happen to you, start doing good. And I promise you, things are just going to be better. Doesn't matter what bad things happen around you. If you focus on that, that's what your life is going to be about.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Well, we really appreciate you coming out, man. I'm glad you got to meet him, and thank you for getting in contact with him. You kind of stalked him a little bit.
I ain't gonna say, I'm not even gonna put it out. I know we joking out now. He did, but look, everything happened in perfect time.
It worked out.
Yeah.
Man, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. We have some little gloves here for you to sign.
I got you, man. It's done.
Thank you guys for listening. If you guys like the video, please give us a thumbs up. Follow the Spotify, Critical Media. Yeah, subscribe. And, I mean, if you have some socials you want people to follow you, find you, just search
King Cornelius at Instagram or Cornelius White on Facebook. But, that's it. I don't really be on too much. I just be enjoying life. But look, y'all the ones finna blow up. I promise you. Watch what I tell you. 2023, June the what? 4th.
June 4th.
I'm going to clip this shit.
I said it. The prophecy has spoken.
Shit. Yeah, I'm ready, man. I prayed every day. I prayed every day. God, if you have these blessings coming my way, I'm ready for it. And whenever you're ready for it to give them to me.
He showed you when you went to the church.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you.
God bless and keep moving forward, man.
10-4. King shit.
Hell yeah.